Byron Allen in the Allen Media Group. The Allen Media Group has teamed up with the SWAC, and they will be broadcasting SWAC sporting events moving forward. We're going to talk about it right after the bumper and whether this is a good deal, which it sounds like to me, or whether they're getting messed over. The SWAC and black folks get messed over again. We'll talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. here with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification bell because I upload it every single day. Now, Byron Allen and the AMG Media Group has teamed up with the SWAC, and they will be the leading media provider for the HBCUs moving forward, specifically inking a multi-year deal with the SWAC. We're going to go ahead and take a look at an article from the Black Enterprise. Let's take a look at that, and we'll talk about it because there's been some big time people that already weighed in on this, and I kind of waited before I gave my take, but now I want to go ahead and share it with you. It says, Allen Media Group announces partnership for HBCU Go and the SWAC. It says, Allen Media Group's free streaming digital platform, HBCU Go, the leading media provider for the nation's 105 historically black colleges and universities, is proud to announce a multi-year partnership with the Southwestern Athletic Conference. The first ever partnership grants HBCU Go cable, linear, and streaming broadcast, VOD, and pay-per-view rights to premier NCAA Division I HBCU conference sporting events beginning in the fall of 2022, the 23 season. So not yet, beginning this fall. The free streaming digital platform HBCU Go would distribute programming for the SWAC across all sports, including football, basketball, volleyball, and Olympic sports. The partnership will include live coverage of over 2,000 SWAC games and events. Some of these games and events will also air on AMG's free streaming digital platforms, The Grio, Local Now, and Sports.tv, according to the press release. It says, quote, some of the world's greatest athletes have come and continue to play and coach for these excellent historically black colleges and universities. These HBCUs will continue to deliver historic events such as sports icon and coach Deion Sanders signing the #1 overall prospect in the class of 2022, 5-star cornerback Travis Hunter, and making this a truly amazing league, said Byron Allen, founder of HBCU Go and parent company Allen Media Group. I appreciate the SWAC Commissioner, Dr. Charles McClellan, for partnering with us to deliver over 2,000 sporting events and engaging content on every device 24/7 worldwide. We are extremely excited about the partnership. Extremely excited to partner with Allen Media Group and HBCU Go, said SWAC Commissioner Dr. Charles McClellan. This partnership will be a game changer for our league, along with 12 member institutions that we serve. The ability to showcase our sports programs across such a variety of multimedia and digital platforms will undoubtedly take SWAC sports programming to the next level while providing our fans and supporters with unprecedented access to SWAC events and all the sports that our league continues to offer. Now, on the surface, this is amazing. On the surface level, can't nobody tell me this ain't what we've been striving for. This ain't what folks have been wanting. This ain't like access to SWAC games, access to SWAC events, access to what's taking place at the SWAC, the same access that you get at Ohio State, the same access that you get at Alabama, the same access that you get at LSU, Georgia, Texas, USC, all these different schools across the country, you know, the bigwig schools, the big schools, the Kentuckys of basketball, the University of Louisville's, et cetera, et cetera. It sounds like you're about to get that. You know, the only difference is they get theirs on ESPN, and that's cool. But now, if you get it on the app, because, you know, everything's going to streaming. Amazon's in the streaming business now. HBO's in the streaming business. Paramount, NBC, Peacock, all these streaming things. So streaming is the way to go. And so it sounds like on a device, just like this phone right here, you will be able to stream your favorite SWAC team and see what's going on with their football program, baseball program, volleyball program, basketball program, soccer programs, etc., etc. So on a surface level, That sounds like a game changer to me. I mean, I can't see too much wrong with that. Now, you'll have some detractors, some folks, because that's the end of the article. So let's go ahead and close that out. You'll have some folks that say, hey, why won't the SWAC do it themselves? And I'm all about doing it yourself. I'm all about 100% Black owned, 100% SWAC owned. Why not? Dr. Charles McClellan has the leverage at this point. They have the different things that they could utilize in their benefit to create a SWAC network, a SWAC app, or whatever. And that is a good point. That is very, very true. But how do you do that if you've never done it before? How do you do something when you've never done it before? Don't you run the risk of failing? Don't you run the risk of investing a bunch of money and losing it? Don't you run the risk of it not jumping off the way you hope it does? Or how about this? You partner with someone like Byron Allen. You partner with a group like the AMG Media Group, Allen Media Group, who's been successful, who's made a bunch of money, who has a bunch of viewers, subscribers, etc., who have a free app already designed, programmed, ready to go, rock and roll, loaded, and just load it up with your content for a couple of years, and then say, hey, either AMG, you cut us a bigger check, or we know how to do these things now. Why? Because for a few years, we studied and we took the tutelage of Mr. Allen and of his associates and of his business partners and what they do and how they do it and how they do sales and marketing and broadcasting, etc., and we learned the business. See, SWAC hasn't learned the business because they've been getting crappy deals from a lot of people for a long time. And now Dr. Charles McClellan has come in and is like, hey, we've been doing things wrong for a long time. How about we take some tutelage, take some notes, learn from someone, and then maybe we'll break off and do our own thing. Doesn't that make sense? Doesn't that make sense to go learn from someone and then start your thing? If that wasn't the case, why do so many people go to college? You go to college to learn, whether it's about broadcast, finance, nursing, or whatever, and then you go off and do your own thing. Or you go off and have them folks write you a bigger check, whatever you choose. Now, obviously, that'd be something I imagine the conference would vote on, but I don't think teaming up with a billionaire is a bad idea. I know I saw like Roland Martin. Now, I don't know the details of this contract. I think Roland Martin threw out there that they're only giving them like $1 million a year. And I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if those are real numbers or what. And maybe they are only giving them $1 million. And someone say, oh, you're getting gypped. Oh, you're getting this, or you're getting that. No, I don't know what the number is. So I'm not even going to pretend like I'm not even going to use the $1 million as a gauge. But I don't think you're getting gypped because you're not working with anything already. SWAC games don't make it to ESPN on a regular. They don't. And if they do, they make it to ESPN Plus. And ESPN Plus, you have to pay to watch those games. You have to pay a subscription, an extra subscription, not your cable. Whatever you got for cable, Spectrum, Dish, Direct TV, whatever. No, that don't work. ESPN Plus is a totally separate thing because ESPN's into the streaming business as well. And so you have to pay for ESPN Plus to get the SWAC games. With this HBCU Go, I know the SWAC still has a deal with ESPN because they broadcast the Celebration Bowl and they broadcast some other different things. So I guess whatever games don't make it to ESPN that week, which won't be a lot because don't a lot make it to ESPN, they'll be on this HBCU Go platform, which is 100% free. So with the free platform, and think about this, Dr. Charles McClellan went on HBCU Game Day with Tolly Carr, and he said on their games, not including Jackson State, think about this. This is what he said. I can go check the tape. In games that didn't include Jackson State, the SWAC was bringing in 400 to 450,000 viewers. Games that didn't include Jackson State. On ESPN Plus, a program, a subscription-based program outside of your cable. So you mean to tell me you can get 450,000 people watching your game that doesn't include Jackson State on a subscription-based program? What do you think you could get on a free program? How many eyeballs do you think you can get on your institutions, on your universities, on your football programs, on a completely free program. I think you could double. Could you double it? Could you triple it? I mean, you got 400, 450. Could you do 850? Could you do $1 million? I think you could get pretty close. I think you could get pretty close. Your Celebration Bowl did $2 million. I think on a regular Saturday, you can get 800,000, close to $1 million on a free program. That is the beauty of it. And so you got to walk before you got to crawl before you walk. You got to crawl before you run. I'm not saying that the SWAC app, that the SWAC streaming service, that the SWAC, et cetera, X, Y, and Z won't come, but the SWAC teams are still in bad effing contracts. They're still in bad deals. They're still in deals that only pay them $200,000 a game, $300,000 a game, $350,000 a game. And now y'all want them to be ESPN overnight? No, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. You build on top of what you're doing. You build on top of what you're doing. You continue the positive trajectory. You continue the positive momentum. You continue these things. You don't just jump up and say, okay, we the big boss now. No, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. Hell, even for someone who's the provocative for a lot of this change, Deion Sanders, he even got tapped back into place. And he's still building. South Carolina State down in Orangeburg, been doing this for 20 years. Shout out to Coach Buddy Pugh. Kind of put them back. It's like, okay, we still got a long way to go. Had Jackson State realizing like we were smelling ourselves too much and we still got a long way to go. Well, the SWAC don't want to be smelling themselves too much, get tapped back and their app flops. So why not team up with a man like Byron Allen, who has a net worth of $450 million, $450 million, and get with a dude who knows what he's talking about? Don't you think it's a good idea to team up with a guy who's built a $450 million empire through media? Think about this. Don't you think it is a good idea to team up with a guy who has built a $450 million empire through American television producing? He is known for his entertainment company, Entertainment Studios. He also owns and operates AMG Media Group. Come on. He's one of the most under the radar, extremely successful people in Hollywood. Guys, this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. Shout out to Dr. Charles McClellan. Shout out to the SWAC. This is another step up. This is another step up, another step in the right direction. You're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. You're teaming up with the right people, and you're setting yourself up to be able to jump off the porch and do your own thing whenever you feel like it. If you feel like that's the best move. If you feel like that's the best move, you're setting yourself up to be able to jump off the porch and do your own thing. And you're partnering with some very, very smart people. Just hopefully you're getting the right dollar amount for it. If not now, you most certainly will then. Because I think if those numbers hold true, what Dr. McClellan was saying about what's taking place on ESPN Plus, you can get double that on this HBCU Go. So shout out to Byron Allen for making this happen. Shout out to Dr. Charles McClellan and the rest of the folks in the SWAC for making this happen. I think you guys are leveling up. I think you guys are continuing to raise the bar. I think you all are light years ahead of where you were just 2-3 years ago. You're light years ahead of where you were just 2 or 3 years ago. Think about this. 3 years ago, in the year 2019, would we have been talking about the SWAC having an app? Or the SWAC teaming up with Byron Allen? Or the SWAC getting the #1 player in the country? Or the SWAC getting a guy like Deion Sanders to come and coach, and then getting a guy like Hugh Jackson coming to coach, and then possibly bringing in Tennessee State as a institution into their conference? I don't know if we were. I was around in 2019. These conversations weren't being had. So the future is very, very bright for all the SWAC and all of those involved. Continue to do what you're doing. Once again, my name is JeffLightsyJr with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because I upload every single day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that thumbs up button. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JLightsy7, on Twitter and Instagram at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace.